What's up, everybody? It's your favorite podcast, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. What do I want to talk to you all today about? My league team, the Throwback. Not playing. I want to talk to y'all today about the NBA draft. Reason why: one, is coming up on November 18th, and two, I'm not talking about the players yet. That's for another post this week. I want to talk to y'all about just a quick history of the NBA draft. Now, the first NBA draft was 1947. 1947, people. Okay? And that was actually the BAH draft, the Basketball Association of America. They formed with the National Basketball League later on in like 1949 to form the NBA. And as a result, we take all the drafts that and all the accolades that were associated with the BAA and merge those into the NBA. All right. So that's why I say the first draft was in 1947. You could say 49 and not be wrong, but 47 was was technically the first season or the first draft. And the first draft pick was Clifton McNeely. Now, Clifton McNeely, like I said, is the first draft pick ever. And Buddy did not play one game because he didn't like the team. Yeah, he would have called it ass whooping. Like you're just not gonna play. Like, we can't trade you. Like, you're just not gonna play. And he would have go coach a high school team. Yeah, he would have got thoroughly beat down. Like, sheesh, who? Tag him like easily. So but in all seriousness, that was the first draft pick in the history of the game. Now, there was another organization that was merged in with the NBA. They were called the ABA. Now, the ABA's first pick was Jimmy Walker, not Jimmy J.J. Walker from Good Times. No. I'm talking about Jimmy Walker, Jalen Rose's dad. That's another podcast for another day, by the way. But he was a bucket. I got to say, my man was a bucket. Anyways, so the first picks actually played well. Well, one did. Like I said, the other did not. And the NBA draft has been known to be taken by like college players. Like usually a college player would come into the league or would come into the draft and get drafted. That's how it originally started. But then there was a nice high school wave where kids from high school were coming in. Like I mentioned earlier, you have Kobe Bryant, you have Kevin Garnett, you have T-Mac, you have Dwight Howard, you have LeBron James, you have Kwame Brown. Yes, I said Kwame Brown because again, he did come from high school into the NBA. I'm not clowning him this time. I'm being serious. But yeah, so we had that nice influx of people. And actually, fun fact, did you know the first and last players to enter the league from high school was, wait for it, Moses Malone? No, not Andrew Bynum, but close though, very close. It was Amir Johnson. Amir Johnson and Andrew Bynum were in the same draft class, by the way. Amir Johnson just went 56th, Andrew Bynum went 10th. But those are the last players to come out of high school to go into the NBA draft. So the NBA draft is just taking the best talents that you have, which that's why I kind of disagree. They might want to start bringing in some high school players because some high school players are talented, as we've seen. The high school players I've named, most of them actually are champions. Just saying, only 2 of them aren't. So that's what the NBA draft is, people. Okay, that's a little quick backstory. You see that it dates back very far. Very far. 1947, again, like I said. That's a while ago. So that's about 80 years ago. So now we have the draft selection process. Okay. What is the draft selection process? Well, it's actually not what people think. It's not something where you just view somebody from their college years. You're actually looking at them over their life. Like, some people even go back to the elementary days, but realistically, you start like in those middle school days where you're playing AAU, you're going up against top tier talent, and you're showing your stuff. Like, you're showing like who you are, your character, because those moments actually define you later on in life. They help build up the person who you become to be. So people are taking note of these things because that's human nature. They want to make good investments. So that's why I say the selection process is really from middle school up until now. Now that determining factor is that final year in college, like that last year in college that you display, because that's where you're putting your best foot forward, hopefully. And that's what they're helping determine. Like, okay, well, this is what they're playing like now. But remember back then, though, they were showing they were showing these characteristics. They were doing this, blah 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 blah. All this stuff gets paid into attention. So that's the draft selection process. Okay. Now, in terms of the draft lottery, there are 30 teams in the NBA. Real easy. 16 of those teams go to the NBA playoffs. Those remaining 14 teams, those are your draft lottery teams. That's right. Those are supposed to be the worst teams in the NBA based on that season. Now, that's not always the case, as you have a team such as the Warriors who go through injury and are able to stumble down into the low rankings, or you have a team like the Celtics who are able to accumulate draft picks based on trades they were able to make. You have these moments, these anomalies, but again, typically the draft lottery is reserved for those sorry teams, and then those fringe teams that just couldn't get to the playoffs. So that's what the draft lottery is. Now, for the virtual draft, the WNBA has actually shown that this could be successful. Like, they made a 123% increase in viewers. Granted, yes, that is because COVID happened and it was early, so we didn't really have too much to watch. But it still showed that it's successful. That's the main thing. And on top of that, the NBA has actually been progressing in terms of the viewers. Now, it hasn't been progressing that much. Like, it's been a couple of percentage points. Like, I think initially in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, it went to 3.5 mil viewers. And then the following year, it drops to like 3. And then after that, it rises up a little bit more to like 3.5 something again. But then afterwards, it drops back down. Like but then now the last 2 years, it's been going upward. So I think with this now steady trend, especially with there being drama this year, like, we don't have a clear-cut number one answer. So now people might be more in tune with watching the NBA draft. Last year, you had Zion. We knew he was going number 1. And then you had Ja Morant. We knew he was going number 2. After that, maybe you don't choose RJ Barrett, but we knew he was going 3. And then after that, it started to get a little dramatic. But realistically, who cared at that point? Because everyone saw the top 3. But this year, it's a little bit different. You might actually have some drama going on with the top 5 people, with the top 5 players. You could even have some trades going on. So I think because of these factors, the NBA draft will actually be successful. But I don't know if it's going to be better than the selection itself in terms of viewers, because everyone realistically wanted to see who was going to get Zion. Who is going to get the number 1 draft pick this year. That could be more entertaining than, who's going to get like this top 5 pick. It might not be this case this year. It was last year. Not this year, though. I'm sorry. I definitely messed that up earlier. I meant to say it's not going to be that way this year. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Please forgive me. But yeah, so it's not going to be that way this year because there's going to be drama. And I think the ratings are actually going to be good this year. And we should have a good draft. It could even be entertaining into like the 10 realm, like the 10 people realm. So, but hey, let me know what you all think in the comment section below. Did you like the whole NBA history in terms of the draft? Do you need a refresher? Is something unclear? Do you actually agree with me that I think this draft should be a good one? I think it'll actually be better than last year's draft in terms of ratings. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. But hey, I hope you all have a wonderful one. Take care.